of people who just want to follow the votes. Richmond Tea Party is 100% volunteer. We probably has, Phil, 15 leaders and over almost 100 people who volunteer every day, every single day who volunteer with Richmond Tea Party. And it's growing. And these people are willing to put the time and the effort in to track votes, and they're sending us the votes. Here's how Senator Watkins voted yesterday on the gas tax increase, and he voted to increase it. And they're sending those emails to us so that we can get them out. So people are willing to follow legislative votes. The other thing that's really unique about this movement, and I think it's the first time we've probably seen it since the founding of our country, is a respect and authority for the Constitution has reemerged. One that we haven't seen in an incredibly long time. And people pull out their Constitution out of their purses and out of their back pockets all the time, everywhere I go. We were in an interview with PBS yesterday. Someone said, do you have a Constitution? We're able to pull it right out. Oh yeah, here's a copy of your Constitution. People know their Constitution now, and I have read more articles in the New York Post, the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post about the Constitution in the last 15 months than I think I have in a lifetime. But that is what our country was founded on, and we have to go back and look at what those things said. Why it was important to structure the government the way they structured it. So people are revisiting the importance of the Constitution. The other thing that makes the Tea Party movement incredibly unique is its intensity. You just can't match the intensity of people in the Tea Party Patriot movement. Because we, as Congressman Forbes said, we look at what's going on with the buyouts of the car industry, the buyouts of the healthcare industry, the buyouts of the banks, the stimulus plans, and we see our country going in a direction that we know is not for freedom. It was, I was on a radio show a few weeks ago, the Jack Rowley show that's here in Richmond. He is the former state director of the NAACP. And I got lots of questions. I got asked 5 different ways this Sunday if it was a racist organization, if Obama was a citizen, if Obama was a socialist. But what we did is we took our ideas into the marketplace. And when we were asked, is he a socialist? We said, let's define socialism. Why is the government involved in all these private industries? What business does it have being there? And those ideas started resonating even on his radio station. Most people that I have spoken with in the Tea Party movement have never been involved before. You find that in your case then? Most people have never been involved. That is definitely something that makes our movement unique. The independent vote that we've heard about every 4 years during presidential elections is about quintuple. It's quintuple. It used to be Republicans, Democrats had that small sliver in the middle. And I think more people identify themselves as independents or as Tea Party conservatives than ever before. And so that's something else that makes us incredibly unique and what makes the Tea Party movement unique. You know, a lot of times people ask me, so what is it that the Tea Party stands for? Because we're like, well, we know you're against healthcare for Congress. That's kind of clear. So what is it beyond that that you are for? And so I just thought I'd go over those really quickly. One is limited government. And what's interesting about this is what we see in our culture right now up in Congress is we see initiatives for more entitlements, not less entitlements. We see initiatives for more government, not less government. And we see it from both parties. Both parties are guilty. And one of the Tea Party principles is limited government. The second one is fiscal restraint. I know this is an issue for you in Powhatan as well. There's no way, I find it incredibly ironic that on the day that they expanded the debt ceiling, that Obama also put up a commission to figure out how to reduce the debt. Somebody's bipolar. You don't do both. $12 trillion debt, and to have a budget that is the largest budget we've ever seen, and to say you want to restrain spending is absolutely absurd. It's absolutely absurd. And we cannot continue to go on the course that we are on and think that our country will survive and sustain the kind of economic prosperity that it has had since we've all been alive. It just doesn't work. The third thing we are for is free markets. And I think that's why you see such outrage for the bailout of the banking industry and the bailout of the car industry, and then setting up an entitlement program that basically takes over the healthcare industry, right? I mean, that's what it does. It takes over the healthcare industry. My dad lives in Norway, so I can attest firsthand, you do not want socialized healthcare. My dad came home from Norway to see me last year during the heat of this healthcare debate. And I hadn't seen him in a year, and he had this absolutely horrible looking spot on his skin, on his face. And I was terrified that it was skin cancer. I mean, it was really, it just popped up out of nowhere. And my dad said, yeah, I'm going to get it looked at in Norway. I'm on the list. I'm going to be 3 months. I'm going in 3 months. I was like, what? But if it's cancer, 3 months is too late. 3 months. He goes, well, that's how it works. It's dermatology, so 3 months. So I called my primary care physician, who lives right here in Salisbury. He has a single practice. He just started it. He used to be an ER doc at Chippenham, and he started his own individual practice. I call him up, and I say, Dr. Watterson, my dad lives in Norway. He's got this horrible skin thing on his face that I'm incredibly worried about. And he's only here for 48 hours, and he's flying back to Norway. Do you think you can see him? Yeah, how about, can you be here in 2 hours? Can you come by in 2 hours? That's the difference between socialized medicine and a free market economy. And, luckily it wasn't anything. But, had it been, it would have been tragic. The other thing that I think is really important about the Tea Party movement is that we are really emphasizing virtue. And I heard Dr. Forbes talk about that a lot. We are really emphasizing virtue. We are so sick and tired of the corruption. There is so much corruption in government, and it feeds itself because of the way that the government is set up with the special interests and the lobbyist groups. And the Virginia Declaration of Rights that was written here in our own Commonwealth, we may have copies of these in the back. Listen to this. No free government or the blessings of liberty can be preserved to any people but by a firm adherence to justice, moderation, temperance, frugality, fiscal restraint, limited government part, and virtue, and by frequent recurrence to fundamental principles. So even our own Virginia Declaration of Rights, they told us it was important that we constantly are diligent and vigilant in ensuring that we have virtue in our government. And the last thing is constitutional adherence. So those are really the 5 things that the Tea Party stands for. And those are common principles that resonate everywhere. And we will continue to fight for those. And the fact that there are 60, 70 plus people here on a Saturday afternoon speaks to your commitment, and we need to continue to be committed to those principles. Richmond Tea Party, we're going to have an event on April 15th, a couple days after yours, Todd, and we're going to have Charles Payne from Fox Business, who will be our headline speaker, and he's going to talk about the importance of free markets. And he'll also be talking about what the congressional policies, the impacts they're going to have on the 2010 markets. But we encourage you to continue to be steadfast and vigilant. And I know that Phillips